it's UFC London this weekend. It's a tremendous fight card. Let's go through that. Main event, Curtis Blades. We'll just wrap up with this quickly. Curtis Blades, Tom Aspinall, initial thoughts on that, and give us a prediction. I can't predict. I'll go through the fights. You tell me a quick prediction. Bish, bash, bosh. Off with Bosh.
I'm a big believer in Tom Aspinall. I really am. I think that he's got the power to kind of to be able to. That's the thing with Curtis Blades. That dude's fucking pure horsepower. He's just running through people. So, honestly, like Curtis a lot. I am leaning Tom Aspinall, to be fair.
Okay, there it is. Tom Aspinall doing unbelievable things in the UFC. He has got a tough fight though. Curtis Blades is a big, strong wrestler, and it will be the first time Tom's been tested like that. Co-main event. Jack Hermansson was supposed to be Darren Till. Sadly, he had to pull out. Versus Chris Curtis, the action man, late replacement, just beat Rodolfo Vieira. 3 wins in the UFC so far. 2 stunning knockouts going up against Jack Hermansson. Last time we saw him, a tough night at the office against Sean Strickland. How do you see this one?
I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna pick the underdog. I think Chris Curtis. I think Jack Hermansson's he has a tough time when he gets stuck on his feet with people, and Chris Curtis has got a fantastic takedown defense.
All right, there you go. Paddy the Baddie Pimbler, I guarantee you this, he will rock the place. He's very, very charismatic. People love the guy. He knows how to make an entrance. Going up against Jordan Levitt, a guy who is very flamboyant in his own way. You know, he's a very good grappler, but he's
don't twerk in London.
He's going to twerk if he wins. Yeah. How do you see this one?
Man, who do you think has the grappling advantage there? I know you can't make a prediction.
Yeah, to be honest, I know Jordan Levitt's good on the ground, and I'll say this with respect, like he's kind of not a one-trick pony, not one-dimensional, but his grappling
very grappling heavy.
Very that is way better than his striking. Paddy, I think, has an advantage there, but Paddy is more known for his grappling in the UK on Cage Warriors. He's got a very, very good grappling game. That's why last time out when Kazula Vargas, Paddy's opponent, straight away went for the takedown. And I was like, you're making a mistake here, pal, because Kazula Vargas isn't no grappling phenom, and Paddy's good on the ground, you know. So
I think the better grappler wins that fight. So if I was going to lean and say I thought maybe Paddy, because initially I thought Jordan Levitt did, and then I kind of went back and just because after I think we talked about that part of it one time, so I went back and kind of watched them both because I was just sitting around, and I think you're right. So I think Paddy just because I think he's a better grappler.
Yeah, and that'll be sensational for the crowd. Okay, your division, former opponent Alexander Gustafsson. He's back taking on Nikita Krylov. Tough fight for both men. Obviously, Gustafsson struggled a little bit recently. Went up to heavyweight, lost to Verdum, had some retirement time. Now he's come back and he's fighting Nikita Krylov. Last time we saw him get submitted against Paul Craig. What do you think?
I like Gus. I think Gus gets it done. It's just stylistically, Gus is the better striker. He's fucking hard to get to. He's hard to hit. Krylov is no grappling phenom by any sense of the imagination. So it's going to be mostly a striking affair, and I just think Gus is better. He's longer. God damn, his movement. His movement is fucking. It's one thing to see it on tape, but then to see it in front of you, it's hard to deal with.
I'll never forget when he took out Glover Teixeira. That performance. Oh my God. I mean, his hands were like lightning. They were so fast, so precise, beautiful boxing. If that Gustafsson shows up, you know, regardless of who it is, they've got a problem on the hands. Molly McCann, Hannah Goldie. Last time Molly got a beautiful spinning elbow knockout, set the crowd on fire. Hannah Goldie coming into this one. I think she's 2-1 in the UFC so far.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, 1-2. 1-1, lost 2, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I got an armbar victory over Emily Whitmire. A bit of a step up in competition for her. Any thoughts on this one?
Fucking Molly's hard to beat, and she's even harder to beat in the UK. That's just, I don't know. I haven't really watched Hannah a whole lot. You know, she's a kind of a physical specimen, though. You just can see her and see that she's an athlete.
Yeah,
you know, she's real strong, but I haven't broken down a bunch of her tape, but I am leaning Molly. Largely, I'd pick Molly over a lot of people in the UK.
Molly's a dog, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I don't mean anything about her appearance. In the UK,
Yeah.
that's a slang term for an ugly person. No, I mean she's got that fight in her. She really has, you know, and that's what I really like about watching her fight. She's a great boxer. She's a natural athlete. She, you know, she was very good at football, soccer when she was younger. She did a lot of boxing now, and the way she fights, she is fearless. You know,
Yeah, and she's mean. She's real mean in there.
She's real nasty. Okay, Paul Craig versus Volkan Oezdemir, another one in your division. You know these guys. Give us a quick breakdown.
I fought Volkan.
Well, come on then. Give us the insights.
Volkan hasn't been the same since he left the States, though. He had some visa issues, and he just hasn't looked the same since then. He struggled a little bit, and Paul Craig has looked pretty good, actually. So, if they get into any grappling exchanges, Paul Craig obviously wins that fight, in my opinion, because Volkan is hard to take down, though. You know, it was deep in the fourth, and we were both exhausted, and I just kind of caught him slipping. So, but striking wise, Volkan he's a lot tougher. Like, he's another one of those guys you see him on tape and you think, oh, it's just this big Neanderthal that throws hard and whatever. But he's very tricky. Like, he's got a lot of subtleties that he does in there. It's just the way he moves his head, and he sets a lot of traps. He's got really heavy hands. But just the way that he's kind of looked lately, I would probably lean Paul Craig to swarm him, get into some sort of clinch, grappling exchange, pull guard if he has to. Any way Paul Craig can get Volkan to the ground, he needs to do it. And he needs to do it quickly.
Can't disagree with anything that you said. It was just at the end there, and it's not a disagreement. You're right. I mean, Paul Craig, it's always to get him down on the ground, and he's deadly down there, and he's very crafty, and he snatches victory from the jaws of defeat over and over again. He really does, and he's so good at doing that. If I'm Volkan Oezdemir, if I end up in the top position, I am backing out of there all day long. The game plan is always, anytime in camp, do not engage in any kind of grappling, because on the feet, Volkan, you're right, he's tricky. And Paul's getting better on the feet all the time. I mean, against Shogun, he looks really, really good. So I think he gets underestimated in that department, because he knows his skill sets.
Well, it's his unwillingness to strike, because he just wants to go to the ground, but he
engages in that so much. Yeah. Who do you think wins?
Man, I would lean Paul Craig. I would. I think he's got the momentum. You know what I mean? Momentum means something. He believes in himself, which, you know, when we had, was it you and I? We had him on, right? Was you and I? Was he drinking? He just tested positive for COVID at the time.
Yeah.
It was funny. He's
a great guy.
So funny. I had a lot of fun. He just believes in himself, and he believes in his jiu-jitsu, and he'll do enough to stay conscious. You know what I mean? Like, he'll end up in some bad spots sometimes, fishing for submissions, but I don't know. I'm leaning Paul Craig.
Yeah. And if he does pull it off, that'll be 7 in a row.
7 in a row?
7 in a row. Yeah.
Jesus, good for him.
Yeah. Unbelievable, eh? But there it is. There's the main card for UFC London. I'll be there, very excited. Last time the crowd were fucking sensational. So if you're there, give me a shout, give me a wave. I'll try and say hi.